Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the main ways that you can use ExpressVPN when you're gaming and my personal experience with this particular VPN. Now you can use ExpressVPN for pretty much every game that you're going to be playing online, and for this video, I'm going to be using CS as an example. So the first thing to talk about is your ping, and ping is the amount of time that it takes for your computer to send information over to the game server and then get it back. So if that number is very low, it means that you have a very fast connection up to the game, and if it's high, that means that you have a slow connection, and if it's too high, then you're going to get a very choppy and unpleasant gaming experience, and at times you may not even be able to play at all. Now right here, this is showing you my ping to the CS2 servers, and because I'm in Europe, that's where I'm getting the best ping too. But that may not always be the case. There may be places in the world, if you are, let's say, in Africa, parts of South America, or in Asia, where you may not get a very good ping, and there may be times where you might even be close to game servers. Right here, by the way, is a map of the CS2 game servers, and there may be times where you're going to be close to a game server, but because of issues with your network or your internet service provider, your ISP, you may wind up having a very bad or unstable connection. This actually happened to me recently. My ISP was having issues and my connection on my internet kept dropping in and out, and it was really difficult to play any games, even though I'm pretty close to some game servers. Of course, it's going to depend on which game you're playing. You're going to have to look for the game servers for that specific game. These are the ones for CS2, but you're going to want to search for the location of the game servers for the specific game that you're going to be playing. So where does ExpressVPN come in, right? Let's say you're in the US and you're having an issue with your internet. You want to find the closest game server to you. So let's say you were somewhere in the Midwest of the United States and the closest game server to you in Counter-Strike was in Dallas. So then you would want to go over to your VPN, ExpressVPN in this case, and go to the location. So you just want to click on this right here, and with ExpressVPN you have 105 countries to choose from, and with a lot of those you're going to have more locations or cities within the country. So we can find United States right here in the recommended locations, and then we have this arrow, so we can just click on that, and then we have a bunch of locations within the United States, and right there we have Dallas, so we can just click on that and click on the connection button, and in just a second or two we're connected up to the server location in Dallas. And that means that when you go into Counter-Strike now, you're going to be connected up to that VPN server in Dallas and have a direct connection up to that game server, at least the closest possible distance that you can have to that game server. And that can very often help you either have a better ping or at the very least a more stable connection. In my case, when my ISP was having issues, I pretty much had to be connected with ExpressVPN in order for my internet to work properly and not keep dropping out. So this is what I did, and it worked flawlessly. Now, when you connect up to a VPN server, you are going to be adding a step in your internet connection, because instead of going from your computer straight over to the gaming server, you're going to be first going and making a stop over at ExpressVPN server in Dallas in this case, right? So that will add a little bit more time and make your ping higher, but depending on the situation, it may be worth it. There are other times where you may get really unstable ping and you won't be able to play the game without the VPN, but then with it, it'll stabilize and you will be able to play. It all depends on the situation, but it's definitely worth trying out if you're having issues. In my case, ExpressVPN solved the issue for me and I didn't notice any lag at all. Like if there was a decrease, I didn't notice it, and I was able to play and do everything normally without any issues. Now, the next area where I found ExpressVPN to be really useful was on Steam in order to get early releases or DLCs and at times better prices. It happens to be where I live. I can pretty much get every game that I want, but if you live in a place where some games are not available, you'd actually be able to use Express to get access to those games. And it would work pretty much the same way. You would go into your VPN and choose the location that you want to get access to that game or to get those prices. And with Steam, it happens to be you have to go through a few more steps. So I'll be sure to leave a link where I did a video on how to set up Steam properly in order to do this. But the basic idea is going to be the same, setting up the location in the VPN and then heading back over to the store or whichever platform you're using, and you would be able to get access to the games that are available in that place and the prices as well. So if you're looking for a VPN that has a lot of different locations in order to get connections up to those game servers, has servers which are optimized for gaming, so you're going to get really fast speeds and minimal lag, and also get access to a lot of early releases or different games in different parts of the world, then ExpressVPN checks all those boxes. I've tried all of this out personally and had really good results. So if you want to find out more about Express, I'll be sure to leave a link for a full review in the description below, as well as a discount link that will save you some extra money if you do want to try it out. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any questions, or if you want me to cover a specific game and talk about how you can use Express or a different VPN with that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to be it for this one. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.